Welcome to What's Cooking on the Gridiron with your hosts T and Davis. Join us, along with the Gridiron Boyz, as we chat about fantasy football and cook up and mix up some of the latest trending food and cocktails.
Welcome to another episode of What's Cooking on the Gridiron. I've got the Gridiron Boyz here, Shane and Marty back.
Hey. Checking in. This is Shane Watts back on the gridiron. Not ready for this.
On today's show, we're going to get into what's around the league to start off with, and then we'll move into the Dynasty leagues and the draft. So around the league, before we get into that, let's talk about what we were just watching upstairs on the Masters. Scotty's starting to fall apart, or is he staying together and going to win this thing?
Any thoughts, Shane? Or
because I know Marty's not a huge fan of Shepard.
Look, Scheffler's good, but I've got a few other favorites up there. A couple Aussies in the top 10, so I wouldn't mind seeing them pull through for us. And see what happens tomorrow. It looks like tough conditions.
Yeah, conditions aren't great. I, however, do like Scotty. I think he wins it easily tomorrow on Sunday.
Interesting.
But you guys can hold me to it. We'll follow back up and see in the next pod if I was right. But his only competition right now is Morikawa, I think, because Bryson kind of choked it. Max fell off a little bit. See how it goes.
Yeah, and Tiger Woods looked impressive playing the first, one round and making the cut for the second, but he dropped off a lot today significantly. I think he dropped at least 10 strokes today, but I mean, he still looks, healthy. He wasn't like limping off. I'm not sure. I'm sure he'll probably be finishing up tomorrow's round. I don't think he'll be withdrawing or anything like that, but it's nice to see him back in there anyways. That's for sure.
Yeah, it looks like he'll push through. I'm sure he's pretty sore though. So
Tiger's
it's impressive he even made the cut.
Yeah, he's the GOAT.
Yeah, and he looked jacked out there too.
The guy's back is massive.
Biceps huge. He's pumping at 300 and something yards every drive carry.
Yeah.
Hope when I'm that old, I can do that.
Yeah, well, I am that old, and I can't do that. But I think he has to build up all that muscle mass just to keep in, all that pain. Keep it all.
Yeah, probably makes up
control.
for his legs being a bit smaller than they used to be. So
yeah, but he looked good. He didn't look like he was limping around or anything like that. I mean, he didn't shoot well today, so obviously, the wear of the game, and that didn't help on day 2. He had to finish up his first round and then go right into second 18 with an hour break or whatever like that. So, but who are your picks for to finish up tomorrow and win?
To take the bias out, I won't take an Australian, even though I'd love either. I'd love to see Bryson come back through and win it, or Max Homa. Max Homa's good guy. He'd be my favorite to win.
Yeah, Max is my guy.
That what you got there, Shane? I'm going to stick with Scotty. I think he's going to just keep holding the lead, and he started off well, and then the commentator said that it looks like he looked like he's going to pull away from the pack, and then it's going to be a very boring Masters. And as soon as they said that, then he just started dropping some bogeys in there and everything like that.
All day.
But, yeah, it was tough conditions, that's for sure.
I don't see him not winning. So
yeah. And then, we'll get into.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what on the next podcast. We'll go around that.
Masters related. I'll throw this out to the audience.
Would you rather?
This is going to be
Masters
controversial.
related. Out to the audience. You get to pick your 4-man squad. You get a 5-stroke head start at the Masters. You're playing scramble with 3 of your mates and yourself. Are you winning the tournament?
No, not a freaking chance.
You get to pick yourself and any other 3 guys.
That I know, or can I just pick any 3? So
And you
can I
pick
pick 3 golfers?
And you've got
You can't pick professional golfers, but you can pick your best golfers.
to live to count as
that
professional.
you mean the best ones that we know personally? Like, can I call up Patty Mahomes? Can I get him to come out and play with us?
You get a 10-stroke head start. 10 strokes. You get a 4-man squad of your choice.
Yeah, I just seen Tiger Woods drop 10 strokes today.
Are you winning? Because let's think about it. Winning score right now is probably 7-8 under.
Now you
That's
talk
over 4 rounds. So do I have to play 4 rounds with these people? This is what happens when you don't do your homework, guys.
Yeah.
There's just too many.
There's too many variables.
4
Yeah,
rounds.
variables.
You're
4
still playing the
rounds.
4 rounds.
Oh no, there's no way after 4 rounds.
You and the blokes can't go out and shoot 4 even round pars.
No,
not a chance.
not there.
No,
Not for people that I know.
Not on the like what course we playing? We're playing the Masters course.
Yeah.
Like friggin'
Yeah,
Tiger
of
Woods
course.
went out there. I mean, okay,
Of
he's a little tired, but I mean, shit, he shot.
You watch those YouTubers
He just dropped from
go
plus
out,
one.
not the professional
dropped 10
ones, and they do a 4v1 scramble against the professional golfer, and it's always close. Now we throw Augusta conditions
That's
out
what
there.
I'm saying.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
We don't win.
Augusta. No. Like, well,
Yeah.
look at
any given Sunday, though.
any given Sunday. Yeah, look at the guys today. There was not very many guys that were over par today. Like, I mean, that were under par today. They shot par or maybe a
Well,
little bit over. So, I mean,
I think
You're
we at least
expecting
make
us to
we
do
make
that?
the cut.
No.
We make the cut.
we might make the cut. Yeah. Yeah. The cut was pretty
The cut,
high. It was
potentially.
plus 8, I think.
The
or
cut,
something like that.
potentially.
So,
You and
Yeah, we can
you
make
and
the cut
3 other
after 2
guys
days.
is you're basically the same skill as a professional golfer.
Yeah, tell that to the time when we were scrambling and we took a 6 on a par 4.
Well,
Yeah, you guys
we're not
suck.
good.
yeah.
Well, there you go. So we're not going
We
to win.
had-
Yeah, and
we
was,
had
was that in
Jenna
that? Was that in the last
JT
tournament that you
Drip.
lost to me and my
And Martin
and
Brown.
my 3 old guys that I was playing with, or what?
Yeah, we blew up one hole. We
Yeah.
lost the plot.
Yeah, so I
But like
got
on some of
I
these
got to
shots
hold
where
the
they're
championship trophy.
free
And,
putting on like some of these holes here.
I've seen us 3-putt in a scramble.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, sometimes. And Augusta is the hardest
Oh,
greens
yeah.
in the world.
it's crazy.
We would 3-putt all the time.
Yeah, yeah. No, no. You would.
Oh,
Yeah.
I already know it too. It just pissed me off.
Yeah. Yeah. When I'm blowing the first one 20 feet past the hole and then you're leaving it 5 feet
Marty,
short.
what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
guys be off even if you got off the green in 2. I've seen who were you saying? Tagala. Like shit, he was off the green in 2 there. He chipped twice and he was still off the green. Like he chipped up
Yep.
and rolled down.
we get in a
Yeah.
bunch
Chipped
of
up
green
and
there all
rolled
day.
down. He ended up taking a double on that, or even a freaking triple. Like, come on, like fuck off. Like that's not a
Yeah,
chance.
it's not a chance.
We're not even getting anywhere near.
And the
there.
amount of golf balls I'd need to bring.
water and oh yeah,
The
we'd be
550
done.
yard par 4s.
Not a chance.
Yeah, not today.
Yeah, and I mean you're not using any of my drives at like 225 yards.
Oh, we're making
so,
the cut.
like shit.
We're making the
otherwise
cut.
we'd never get on in 2.
The cut, maybe.
I mean,
with the 10-stroke
With
lead.
a 10-stroke lead,
yeah.
maybe the cut.
Yeah, and are you hitting your 300 yards drives every time, Shane? That we can take one of those at least, so we can have a chance to get on in 2 on a par 4.
That's the thing with Augusta. It's you got room to spray it left or right.
Oh yeah, spray it left to right. Yeah,
Like you can go hit out of the
Now-
pine. You
now
can go hit out of the pine
A
straws.
PGA Tour spray versus your spray is significantly different.
significantly different. Like I mean, when they put a little
When
draw, a
it's
little fade, and it's a little overcooked. It's a slight overcook, and they're in the bush. Like yours, not a chance.
We would definitely have a few pine straw shots, but we get them out.
Yeah.
We get them close.
Oh, that was a good segment, Shane. I appreciate you bringing that up.
yeah. Well, anyways,
Sorry to everyone that already turned off.
yeah, we ran that one right
I
to the
should've went
ground.
with
We are
Josh's.
not going anywhere. So with
Will
that,
Scotty Scheffler.
Will
Sorry,
Scotty
let's
Scheffler.
Here we go. All right, where do we start?
Okay, so
Brandon Aiyuk to the Steelers.
Did he actually?
no.
Hop in the coop, Brandon Aiyuk.
Marty, I was super pumped for you when I seen St. Brown was going to
New Orleans?
yeah, but it's not the
Equanimous St. Brown.
It's Equanimeous.
Oh, he's
Who the hell is that?
It's his brother, but he's fire.
We get a
I'd
kickback for what they
rather
buy.
drink my whiskey neat.
That's going to sound good in the mic.
Stefon Diggs going to the Houston Texans.
Oh,
And
yeah.
So I'm not sure how. I know the Texans are probably happy and the fans, but we'll get into that right away. How that improved their team, but let's talk Buffalo off the beginning. Definitely, I'm not even sure what they're going to end up having to do because they got rid of their other receiver, which I mean he wasn't great, but I mean they got rid of him, and now Stefon Diggs has moved away. So what do you think they're going to do for wide receivers?
Well, I don't remember what pick they have in the draft. I think it's a later one for sure.
It is later. It's not top 10, so they would have to move up.
Top 10.
Okay, yeah, but they'd have
They're
to.
going to
move
be
up.
like probably mid-20s, I think. It's around there. I can see them potentially trading up in the draft. I don't know if they got any pieces to kind of make that trade, but it would definitely do them good. Try to get one of the big 3 receivers.
Yep. I think that would make Josh happy.
If not, I think they're going to draft probably someone with their pick. I don't see why they wouldn't, because they got absolute scrubs at receivers. No offense to Khalil Shakir,
Yeah.
friend of the pod.
Yeah. And I mean, their tight ends aren't bad, but I mean, with the rookie out there and that, but I mean, and for him, that's got to right now, that's got to boost his fantasy value, so with, how it stands right now with them not having much for wide receivers.
Well, yeah, like what was it, like 4 years ago, the Vikings traded Diggs to the Bills for a pick, and that ended up being Jefferson.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like the Bills trading away Diggs again, could get another Jefferson player here.
Well,
so
that's true.
might benefit them, might also not.
And what do we think as far as Josh Allen right now as it stands? Obviously, his fantasy must be dropping as QB. That's for sure.
I don't know if he's affected by it at all. He's just going to rush just as much, if not more. Now he'll probably rush the touchdowns in himself. And did Diggs really do that much last year? Probably not. So
those last 7 games, Diggs had he was second in the team in receiving. He wasn't even leading the team. He had 40 yards a game.
Yeah.
They weren't even using
that's
him.
True.
And we just got to see who they draft. They've probably got to go a wide receiver heavy draft now. So, if they draft a good wide receiver, young fellow, he might be good. So,
yeah, well, I think that's what they have to hope
Marvin
for.
Harrison.
They have to either try to move up a bit and get somebody, or maybe trade. Do you think maybe they're looking at the Bengals free agents? Something like that.
T. Higgins will not be a Buffalo Bill. That's an inside scoop I got from Cincinnati.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
How about any San Fran players? Because
the Bills just aren't a team that's going to bring in a big receiver like that. I mean, they did get Diggs, but
yeah.
What pick do the Bills have?
I don't know. You have to check. I think
28.
Well, that could be.
It might be 28.
Yeah, that could be.
And
yeah, I guess they made it.
They might slot a little wide receiver in at 28 and just
hope
the best.
The draft's full of receivers. It's one of the deeper receiver drafts.
So that might be 28.
Yeah, this draft
a lot of good guys.
Yeah, this draft is good for the quarterbacks and wide receivers this year, whereas everybody was talking about the running backs and QBs last year, but now no running backs this year. Not too much. I mean, not in the top 10, within the top 10 anyway. So
Dallas
there's a few guys, but Dallas is hurting.
Taking a running back.
Well, that's for sure. That's for sure. Okay, well, now we'll have to wait and see what Buffalo's going to end up doing with their pick. But Houston Texans got to be looking good. They've, CJ Stroud looked pretty good last year. Now they've got Joe Mixon on board for the running back. They picked up Stefon Diggs for wide receiver to add to Tank Dell and Nico Collins, and then they ended up re-signing Dalton Schultz, who was pretty good last year. So it looks like they're building a great team, for sure.
Yeah, it definitely looks that way. Now you can hold me to this take, but
here we go. This will be good.
I think bringing in Mixon and Diggs, you're kind of just adding those experienced pieces, little older guys on the team, kind of helping those younger guys develop. Because they got young receivers, they got young running backs.
Well, yeah, that was the whole purpose
young
of
quarterback
too. Sure.
I don't really know if Mixon and Diggs are going to be those same guys they were, though. I just don't see it. I don't know.
Because why?
We saw Diggs last year, man. The guy was
he
started off hot like he always does. He had 4 or 5 good games, and then where'd he go? They changed their offensive playbook. Why? Because this guy's a drama queen.
Yeah, I think that's
not a friend of the pod, so I can slander him.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's what it is. I mean, it's not an improvement for him anyways. It's definitely, I think it's increasing Stroud's working on that mic there, Shane. Is definitely increasing Stroud's fantasy value, but
For sure.
I don't think it increases Diggs's anymore. I think it might decrease his, and it might decrease Dell's and Collins.
Who'd they have at running back last year? Was it Singletary?
They went single. Oh, they had Damian Pierce.
Yeah.
And then it was mostly Singletary because Pierce is
so getting Mixon in is a huge upgrade.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
and that'll help Stroud.
It should help Stroud,
Mixon
and then
is still young too.
Having a run game should also mean the defenses can't lock down the wide receivers as much. And therefore, who knows? Maybe Diggs will be good. This will be the first time Diggs has had a good running back.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
you were going to say good quarterback.
No. But I mean, there's Tank Dell and Nico Collins. So I mean, there's like they say, there's a lot of mouths for to be fed there. So I mean, I can't see like him standing out. I mean,
well,
he's going to spread the ball around, which that increases CJ's fantasy value for sure.
We already know the Bills fans are taking Diggs first round again, like they always do in fantasy. So
hoping that he might go back there.
But I don't think he should be picked for like the first 4 rounds.
No,
I don't even. He's probably like a wide receiver 3, I think, maybe 2.
Now, as far as QBs go, like with CJ Stroud, I even saw today that they ranked him above Patty Mahomes for next year, and that which is kind of hard to believe, but Stroud. Like they were doing their fantasy, they were doing some fantasy projections for early projections for next year, and they were saying that they're ranking him above Patty Mahomes in the draft.
I don't know. Patty Mahomes didn't have the best fantasy year.
He did.
Last year.
No.
So I don't know if it's that unrealistic.
He was still 6 though.
Yeah, but 6. So putting CJ in the top 5, if you phrase it that way,
exactly.
They're putting CJ top 5. Okay, I get that. Is it above Mahomes? Well, it just shows that Mahomes was 6 last year and doesn't have the best fantasy value anymore.
Yeah. And now we're talking about Mahomes. We might as well move on to the other thing around the league. Little Rashee Rice there. I'm kind of disappointed. They get Hollywood. Being kind of a bandwagon KC fan, because my daughter's living down there. They pick up Hollywood Brown, which now I think that obviously increases his value with Rashee Rice.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe going to be out for I don't know how many games. I don't know. They
obviously
Who's this? Rashee Rice.
Like, I don't know the guy's done.
Yeah, I don't know how many games he's going to be penalized or whatever the leagues or even plays, and that. So obviously that. And without him being there, that might even put Mahomes down to where he was, where he was at the end of the year before the Super Bowl. I mean, it's obviously going to increase Hollywood Brown's fantasy value, being there. But
Hollywood might be a good little pick this year.
Little sleeper pick.
You know what? He might be.
I think so.
You could reach for him a little early, and I wouldn't hate it.
No,
I still think he can't catch. There'll be a lot of drops. A lot of drops. It's still going to be same receivers he had last year with dropping everything that he threw.
But he's just getting much better delivery.
But yeah, Hollywood's definitely an upgrade.
Yeah.
I think he'll definitely have a better season.
Yeah. I just, Rashee Rice just looked
had
so
Josh
good
Dobbs
last year.
Half the year. So.
Yeah. Rice just looked so good last year, especially in the playoffs, and that he looked like, it was good potential. And then, this happens. Unfortunately, luckily, nobody was injured in the car incident of him racing there and that. So not sure why him and the boys decided to walk away from the car and, disappear for a bit so that the police warrant goes out. I mean,
it's just a tough scene.
Yeah, tough scene.
Tough scene.
Own it and walk up to the car. Make yourself look. Make yourself look good. Check to see if everybody's fine. You're not. You're not going to beat the rap. You're going to get stuck for the accidents. Everything's on video, so that. Yeah. So I mean, if you have a little bit of marijuana in there, who gives a shit? Like, you're young, you make fucking mistakes. Own up to them, apologize. Carry on with the league. Shouldn't try to sneak away. So
yeah, it's definitely wrong. But,
but that's what happens. So hopefully for the Kansas City Chiefs, he won't be punished for too much. I don't know. Like, there are some charges up for him, so I don't know. I don't know what jail time or what it holds or anything like that for those kind of things. But,
big Andy Reid, Patrick, going to pull some strings. This guy's going to be playing week 1, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Well,
just the way they get treated and stuff.
What happened with Kamara last year?
Yeah, exactly. There it is.
That just get.
Rushed under the bed. Brushed under the rug.
I can't remember what happened. Like everyone just forgot about it now. So good
True.
for us Saints supporters. So I'm not
True,
complaining.
true.
But yeah,
Is it good?
That is true.
That guy's on his last legs.
Yeah.
I want to get into that.
With the rest of the Saints. Trade rumors around the league. Looks like maybe Brandon Aiyuk is going somewhere. Pittsburgh was trying to deal for him and that, then it fell through, and then they were trying to get back on with Pittsburgh again for theirs. So I don't know. Like, there's some teams that might be up, but I did see that he did take himself off of San Fran's Instagram account. So, I mean, I don't know if that was just to stir up some shit, but
I
they
think-
do it just to get eyes on them. I think.
Yeah. I think he is going to get traded though, but I would hate for him to go to the Steelers. I mean, it'd be
you
great.
don't want
It'd
the
be-
Steelers?
But why would
I
they
don't
trade him?
care about the Steelers. It'd be great for them because they just got rid of Deontay Johnson.
Why would they trade him though? What does San Fran get out of it?
Yeah, I don't exactly. I don't know why they would trade him.
Well, I think
Unless it's just he's
but
just not,
Ayuk's definitely requesting a trade
yeah. If he doesn't
yeah.
want to be there, I guess it is what it is.
because
Well,
he's
yeah,
he
for sure.
definitely could be a number one receiver.
I think
not
they
getting
were
paid
talking
it, not getting
about
played like
trading him for one of the receivers off of the Steelers.
They wouldn't do a trade for trade.
Well, plus a little bit of incentives too. I think whatever, depending on how they rank Ayuk, compared to any of the other receivers, and with the Steelers, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yep. And then to finish up all around the league there, I was talking, I seen across the feed that the first NFL Brazil game is going to be played, and they now for the week 1, it's going to be the first Friday game in a while, and on September 6th, and it is going to feature Green Bay and the Eagles.
They're going to Brazil week
They're
1.
going to Brazil week
Week
1.
one.
Yeah, week
Wow.
1. Yeah, Sao Paulo. And that's going to be the first
Little international diversity. Clap it up.
first Brazil game
Clap it
over
up.
there,
Clap it
around
up.
there. Yeah, first Brazil game there, and so they had Green Bay slotted, and then they put in Philly for that game. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Be a good game at
That'd be
least.
cool. What's Davis? Can you pull up Brazil's time difference?
It should be similar.
5 hours.
It should be no.
Here's the time difference. I couldn't stand listening to Shane's guesses anymore. He didn't do his homework.
1 hour ahead.
Yeah, 1 hour ahead, so it's fine. It'll slot in
so
perfectly.
it'll slot
Yeah.
in perfectly.
That's it,
in that.
eh?
And it
They're
is a
only
Friday
south.
game.
They're
doing a
they're
Friday.
just south. What
They're
am I
south.
thinking?
They're doing a Friday
Wow.
game for that.
Davis,
So,
I'm gonna need you to cut that clip.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to do a Friday game.
Clap it
So,
up.
yeah.
Cut it.
Marty's got a little game.
Marty's got his Aussie words of the pod, I guess.
Yeah,
too,
look,
as
these
well.
are a bit last minute.
Yeah, so
That's
okay,
okay.
Marty, shoot us out here.
Heading off to Miami tomorrow, so I just
Oh, here we go.
Been busy
I know,
packing,
big busy.
so-
Off
Off to the
to Miami,
Carlton.
off to the Ritz Carlton, sunning
We
on
are,
the beach. A little bit of work, so
So busy at work.
It is what it is. Yeah, so I guess it's just what we did the other week.
Yeah.
Aussie words. See if you can guess what they mean.
Yeah, so shoot us out what you got there, Marty.
All right. This one, if I was to call your mongrel, what does that mean?
A mongrel.
Yep. Shane's Googling it.
Okay.
And he doesn't
I think you're like a
I've actually-
caveman. I think you're like a caveman. You're a mongrel.
I've actually heard
Oh no,
mongrel
maybe
before.
like that's like the dogs. Yeah, they called some dogs like mutts, mongrels.
You're a dirty man.
Yeah, dirty man.
Yeah, you're a dick,
You're a
essentially.
dick.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, nice. You're a
Yeah,
dick.
the dog ones. I'm pretty sure that's where it comes from.
You're a mongrel.
You're a mongrel.
Yep.
So you're a dirty little dick, eh?
Yep.
Right.
And then
Dirty dick.
I'll throw another one out there. I'm pretty sure you'll know what this is, because I don't know if it actually comes from Australia. But what's knickers?
Oh well, that's your undies. That's your little undies. Yeah, Shane. Even,
that what it
Shane,
is, Shane?
even Shane's gonna get that one, is it not, or not? Shane, what is it?
Can you say that again for me?
Yeah, did you lose?
Can we,
did you lose it in
uh,
translation?
No.
Was it lost
Can
in
we-
translation? Knickers. Kind of like Snickers, but knickers. Shane.
In Paris?
Cut that.
What are we saying?
All right, so you knew that one too easily. What's another one on my list that I had here? Okay, here's a good one. If you were to pash, what does that mean?
Pash?
Yeah. Pash.
Pash.
Yeah,
Um,
Pash. Pash.
Pash. I have no Freaking
I'm gonna
clue.
say. Oh, you got to give a guess. I'm gonna say like baking something
Okay.
You gonna bake something?
in a pash.
I'm gonna pass. Let's see. Let's try to get in the Aussie brain here. Let's see. I'm gonna pass. I don't know, fall asleep.
I'll throw another one out. I'll throw it out there in a sentence. I'm talking to someone. I'm like, let's go have a pash.
Let's go have a pass.
Let's go have a dart, a little ciggy.
No,
No, let's go have a beer.
it's usually a makeout.
A little makeout.
Yeah. We call it like a makeout, a pash.
A
You
pash.
pass someone.
Uh,
I think
no,
it comes from Britain as well.
Maybe like a little short for passionate, I guess.
yeah,
Let's
I
go.
heard
You're
that.
pashing on.
Yeah, you're
You're
That's-
macking on. You're making out.
making out. That is.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. That's great. And
that's a tough
so
one.
then we're heading into the draft. So first pick is Chicago, then Washington, New England, Arizona, LA Chargers, Giants, Tennessee, Atlanta, Chicago again, and then New York Jets. That's how it goes for the top 10 anyways. So obviously Chicago's not trading away their first pick. I think they're going to be keeping that. And I'm assuming they'll be drafting Caleb Williams for their QB
Yeah, it's
right
a
off the
lock.
bat. I think
It's a lock.
that's a lock in. And with
Absolutely.
that, what do you think their team's going to look like? I think it's going to look pretty good. I mean, Caleb's going to be their first pick, obviously, for the QB. They got DeAndre Swift, DJ Moore. They slotted in Keenan Allen as wide receiver. They got pick 9, so maybe go with another wide receiver, maybe, or something like that. And then they got Cole Kmet and Everett as their tight ends.
End of the day, Chicago Bears are still going to be Chicago Bears.
Oh, come on!
I don't care what.
You
I
don't think that's
care.
improving?
Oh, it definitely improves, but
We'll see what happens when he gets to the league.
yeah, I'm not buying the Caleb Williams hype. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I only saw like a couple games.
Yeah,
him in,
there's been a lot of
college.
hype, and I don't know if there's a lot of people selling this. California, Hollywood.
all these guys
act,
that like
right?
come
So-
in think they're big hot shots.
Yeah.
They're the shit in the league. It just never pans out.
Yeah, but that
I
is
don't know.
true. Sometimes it doesn't. So
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't pan out, and
and
Chicago has that sort of luck that it won't pan out.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Exactly.
we hope
That's
all the
what I'm
best for
saying.
them. But,
yeah, and then sometimes you get lucky,
I'd keep expectations pretty low for Chicago. I'm gonna go with a hot take here. Give me a record of I like 7-10 next year.
7-10.
here's a question for you. You can take Caleb Williams or Baker Mayfield next year.
Give me Baker.
Who do you take?
Oh,
Baker's still young. Yeah,
Baker's young.
came off a great season.
Are you taking Baker?
No,
I mean-
no, I'm not. I'm taking Caleb all the way.
I think
for sure.
if you're
I mean,
Chicago, you'd roll the dice.
Well, yeah. Like if you're, yeah, it's tough.
no,
I think
come
if you're Tampa's manager, you're obviously trading Baker for a number 1 pick.
Yeah.
on. Someone giving you the number 1 pick.
But like if I'm trying to win next year, like I'm taking Baker because this guy's
Yeah,
at
you're on a
least
1 year
this guy's
trying
at
to win.
least solidified.
Usually, if you have the first round pick, though, you're not trying to win next year. You're just trying not to come last.
yeah, well, you're trying to improve your team, but like they look like they got an improved team. I mean, Caleb Williams, we'll have to see what he's going to do. Like in fantasy, hopefully he ends up being somebody like
I hope
CJ Stroud.
yeah, I hope
And
he's
that,
disgusting.
so
Yeah,
like,
you can
hopefully he's
hope.
someone like CJ Stroud. I mean, DeAndre Swift. I mean, obviously his value is going up, I guess, for this time. DJ Moore values may be on the rise. I mean, I guess all those guys are going to just depend on how well Caleb does.
Yeah,
I guess.
speaking of that, I think a guy like Keenan Allen drops off a little bit this year. Because his
Yeah, but
majority
we've
of his,
been saying that
compared-
every year for 5 years now.
no,
he
He's
had
the
to
no,
dome.
Yeah.
but this not because age wise. I think he was just getting so many targets.
Yeah,
in
I think so.
Chargers and
Yeah, and I'm not going to say Caleb's going to be bad or good or whatever like that, but I mean, I think he had a great Keenan had a great quarterback last year, so
he's
I
not
mean,
gonna.
he's not going to. Caleb's not going to put up the numbers and the stuff like.
It's not
like,
gonna be Justin
yeah,
Herbert.
so no,
You know
it's not
how
gonna
I
be Justin,
think.
so.
You know what I think about Justin.
I mean, I
Herbert.
think DJ Moore definitely gets an upgrade from Fields.
Oh, that's an upgrade.
Having Caleb throw to him and
Could be.
and I think DeAndre Swift gets an upgrade from coming onto the team and being there. So
DeAndre Swift gets a downgrade.
you think a downgrade?
Well,
eh?
because
From Philly?
I think you got to look more for running back. You were looking at offensive lines.
Yeah,
and
but I mean, like
we're talking about Jason Kelsey offensive.
This
line.
guy had
Yeah,
the
but-
best line in the league last year.
Yeah,
Now he's
now
coming
we're
in
going down to
Bears with what?
Well, I know, but now you're looking at a rookie quarterback that's going to need to hand off the ball a lot. Maybe
It'll be fun for him.
Yeah,
He'll get a lot of
he's
carries.
going to get
He'll get
the ball. Like, I mean, yeah, it depends on how the line's going to work and how much yardage he's going to get, but he's going to get the ball.
But Swift has historically been injury managed,
Yeah.
and a big workload this year.
Yeah, say it louder, Marty.
I say if you're taking him round 1,
Oh God, no, I'm not taking
round
round
2,
one.
you're taking a risk that you could have someone sitting on your IR for the whole year. So
I'm
just keep
taking
that in
him.
mind.
Yeah.
I'm taking him round 4.
And then number 2 in the draft is Washington. I don't see them moving anywhere. They're going to pick they need a quarterback. They're going to be picking a quarterback. I think they're going to go with Josh Taraba's favorite, a little Jaden Daniels. I think that's their pick. I mean, he looks like
Should be a lock. They need a quarterback.
Yeah.
So
I think. I mean, people have been putting Drake May over him, but I think seeing the tape on Jaden Daniels, I think he looks like maybe a better fit for Washington.
Yep,
and that's
I agree.
And then they'll slot him into there. And then number 3, New England's up. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen to them because they're changing up their team a lot. But
I think they take a quarterback.
I'm thinking so too.
They have to.
yeah, I think it could. Yeah,
And who would you who do you see going there? Drake May or JJ McCarthy?
I think Drake May.
Oh my God! If JJ McCarthy goes anywhere in this top 5, it's
I'm going to say it. It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me to see
No,
the Patriots take McCarthy.
some of these
Well,
NFL GMs don't have a freaking brain in their head.
Yeah.
They just love to see a guy win a national championship. You're on the squad. Welcome.
Yeah, well, you know what? They have new management there at new
It's just
coaching
dumb.
and everything like that for New England. So I mean, you know what? It wouldn't even it wouldn't surprise me. Obviously, they need a QB, so they take him. But wouldn't surprise me as well if they trade away their spot to somebody and take somebody else. And do the building stuff. Do the building stones. With their new management, new coaching, everything like that, and just rebuild their team and
You need a quarterback. to
trade
start.
it off.
They do need a quarterback.
Yeah.
There are teams also that need quarterbacks.
Minnesota.
Minnesota, I could see trading up into the top 5.
Yeah, and I think that too. I think Minnesota's. I'm calling it. They're trading with number 4 pick, which is Arizona.
You think number 4?
Yeah, I think they're going to try to trade with Arizona.
Nah.
See, I would see them trade with number 5 because
Chargers.
with the Chargers, because that Arizona aren't probably looking for a quarterback.
No,
so there's no risk to try to
Yeah,
trade
I don't.
No,
I
as
don't.
high.
Yeah.
but I think the Charger. I think the Chargers. They need. Well, they're going to be building, but I think they need a wide receiver. And if they drop down to,
Yeah, Chargers won't give up.
I don't. Think, they're going to be getting for their wide receiver, especially if QB goes. If QB goes number 1, number 2, number 3. If Arizona stays where they are, they're in lock for Marvin Harris, Malik Neighbor. They're in lock for one of the
They
top
can't trade.
receivers. So
Arizona don't have a wide receiver, do they?
well,
Yeah,
I know
they don't have
Arizona will not.
Arizona
trade.
cannot trade the 4th pick. They
Yeah,
need
they won't.
Marvin Harrison, slot him in at WR1.
Yeah, well,
They won't give up
that's who they'll pick.
Yeah,
for
they're
sure.
not going to
Done.
give up the chance to take this guy
Yeah.
when
But who
he's
knows?
probably the most for sure pick in the draft.
Yeah. Well, it depends on what. I don't know what the Vikings have to offer that they would trade that spot. They're not going to be definitely getting rid of Justin, and I don't.
I
know
can
if
see
they're
the
gonna get rid
Vikings.
of their
I can see the
rookies.
Vikings taking JJ McCarthy.
Well, I can see the Vikings taking JJ.
Yeah,
McCarthy, too.
I'll
I just don't know if
love to see it.
where I think they're in. I'm not sure where they're drafting. Obviously, they're in the top 20. I think they're midway. They might be 15 or something
me
like that. I
take a
can't
look.
remember.
They're
I think
they've
they're
got pick
12.
11.
Oh, they got
They're
pick
11.
11. So they got pick 11. So definitely if
Big
McCarthy
toes.
drops to them, I think that's definitely who they're taking. So like I said, we said Arizona is in 4th. If they don't trade away their pick, they're going to be drawing up Marvin Harrison.
Yep.
Jr. there, which would be great for them. And then the Chargers definitely if they're in that spot, they're going to be taking one of the other receivers. I'm assuming Neighbors. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I actually love. How do you say his name? Odunze.
Odunze, yeah.
Rome.
I think he's going to be.
I don't know how you say it.
Yeah.
So
well, he's if he
go
doesn't
top 10,
yeah,
like him,
he'll definitely go to the Giants. Giants have pick 6, so I think
Giants are another team that they're still going to be New York Giants, so I can see them blowing their pick up and not taking a receiver.
no, I think they take a receiver.
I could see them going like an offensive tackle or something.
I just see the Vikings trading into the top 5 and picking themselves up a quarterback.
Yeah, but if they do that, like who are they trading with? I mean, Chicago's locked, Washington's locked, New England's
locked. I think Marty
locked.
said it. Who was
Chargers.
Well, Chargers.
I don't think the Chargers.
I think Chargers trade back.
I think the Chargers trade back.
They can still get a receiver.
There are receivers out there. There's once Harrison's gone,
they can
Neighbors
still
gone,
grab a top
Odunze,
3 receiver at 11.
They can get Brian Thomas. They can get
another guy.
Xavier Worthy.
Brian Thomas falls to the Saints. That is a steal. This guy is gross.
Yeah. Xavier Worthy. I mean, he was the fastest one at
he's not supposed to go early though. I don't think.
But I'm just we're talking if it drops to if they trade up the Chargers and the Chargers then get 11th pick, right? So
all right,
then
let's wrap her up.
So then
just going pick by pick, team by team here.
Yeah, no, we're not going to do that. And then so we're talking. We just want to sum up Dynasty before we go. Marty, you've never played in a Dynasty League. Me and Shane have, and that we're in that. So
they're not fun.
It doesn't interest me.
Yeah, who do you think, Shane, is you should be moving off your roster in Dynasty?
What's that?
Who do you think should be moving off your roster in Dynasty? Like who do you think you should be trying to get rid of?
Oh, I've got a lot of people to get off my roster.
I know, you too. But
how much research has Shane done off before the pod? Now we find out if he's even done.
Well, he knows what his team is, anyways.
Yeah, so now we're just going to hear his personal team. So this is going to be really good for everyone.
Let me pull you up my team here.
I was lucky enough that I made some moves last year, and I got CJ Stroud as my QB. So that was a good trade. So that was good. I snuck that in there, and that's just only going to improve there. And I did have Kirk Cousins too, which, as a backup QB, he's been great. He was injured last year. So, he sat on my IR on Dynasty. But, now with him being in Atlanta, I don't even mind having him on there. I might throw him in for a few games.
Here we go. Let me list them off.
Okay, let's hear your team.
Just absolutely trash off your team. Dalvin Cook, goodbye. Jamal Williams, goodbye. Eli Mitchell, goodbye. Alexander Madison, say goodbye. Who else we got?
But I know you want to ditch those guys, but like somebody like you have like somebody like the guys that have Keenan Allen, are you telling them to maybe try to move them for somebody or
Oh, for sure. I would trade if I had Keenan Allen, I'd trade him for one of these first round picks, wide receiver, if they do that. But
yeah,
I think that'd be a great play.
I don't think
anyone would take that because the guy's old.
I need some wide receivers, and I think I've got 4th pick, and I'm hoping the guys that are in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, I know the guy in 1st already. I think he's picking a wide receiver. I think he's going to go with the number 1 guy, so Marvin Harrison. So I think hopefully 2nd and 3rd kind of go pick up a QB. Hopefully they need a QB, and I can sneak in with a wide receiver and then on my pick. But Kyle Pitts. Now that we got Kirk Cousins on there, I think he might be a nice looking to get him on your team, maybe perhaps. I think he might be a trade up.
No-brainer, I think.
Drake London. He's got maybe increased value. Try to get him on. So Marquise Brown. He might even be on the waiver. That's so. I don't even know if anybody has him on. So Dalton Kincaid be a nice worthwhile to.
Does the waiver wire freeze now in the off season, or is it the league always open?
It's always open.
It's always open. Yeah,
you should have been picking up Hollywood Brown
Well,
Oh,
I'm assuming. I'm
He's not a
assuming
free
he's.
agent.
I don't think he's free agent. I think he's on
Let me
somebody's.
tell you who is
somebody's
though.
list, and that's
Michael Thomas.
and
Yeah,
that's
for a ring.
yeah.
Where is he? Where's Michael Thomas gone?
He's on the Saints.
Oh,
No. They cut him.
Well, I
They
don't know.
cut him. I think he's
Cut him.
still. I think
No,
he's
he's
still a
cut.
free agent. I think they're still. I think they're still. Still out. It's still out there. It's still out there where he's going to be going anywhere if he's going somewhere. But so no hot pickups. You don't think any dumps besides your entire team? It looks like which is trash. But
Let's see who else can you dump.
I mean, do you like
Dalvin Cook gone.
Yeah.
the guy's on Baltimore.
But I don't know. I would.
He's probably going to be a free agent.
I don't have Josh Allen, but if I did, I think I would try to move him and try to get.
What kind of take is that?
Yeah, I've never
bad
been
one,
a
I'll tell you
Josh
that.
Allen fan, but I mean, he's worth obviously having a good QB. But I think maybe for this upcoming year, maybe try to move him, try to trade him for I don't know, try to trade him for a CJ Stroud and other little players, something like that. Not that I'm going to trade CJ Stroud away, but pick up that or maybe move up in the draft.
I would
for a
trade
QB.
Josh Allen for CJ Stroud and one of these receivers coming up.
Yeah, like
But
something
no,
like that.
For CJ
I don't
Stroud
know if
and
someone-
a receiver.
Yeah.
I don't think people would take that though. It'd be a
But
little-
is CJ Stroud not like going to be a disgusting pick now for the next 10 years? You set up a quarterback forever.
Well, yeah, but
Josh
I mean,
Allen's
you don't
QB
think
number
Josh
one,
Allen's
though.
not going to be?
For 10?
Well,
10 years?
Josh, what?
I
How
don't
old's
know.
Josh Allen now? 28.
Davis, pull it up. I think he's like 28.
Yeah.
Yeah, and CJ Stroud's probably like 22.
Yeah, he's a young pup.
22 with two.
So
He's a young pup.
give me CJ in Dynasty. We're talking like I don't play Dynasty.
No.
27. Like you're getting at least 10 out of this guy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah, he's rushing the ball the way
Well,
he is for 10 more years.
Tom
Yeah,
Brady
give me
did say,
5 more.
Tom Brady did say that's his pick to win the next quarterback to. He wants to see
22 with
win the
2.2.
Super Bowl. I don't know.
And-
I don't know if that's happening next year, but I mean, they gave Tom Brady a list of QBs.
If
I don't know
Tom
who else
Brady
was
ran
on
the
list,
ball like
so-
Josh Allen, he wouldn't have played anywhere near as long as he did.
no,
Aaron Rodgers doesn't run the ball like Josh Allen.
yeah.
This guy's body
Yeah,
cannot
but Josh Allen
handle.
can still throw the ball. Like, what are
Yeah,
we
he
saying?
can throw the
Yeah,
ball. He
but-
can throw the ball. But
Give me
yeah,
CJ.
like
Give me
I don't know.
CJ.
Give me CJ.
We're glazing this guy off of one season.
Yeah.
It's
Oh well.
insane.
Well, I guess that's it. We'll have to wait and see how this draft pans out, and then we'll hook back up and check out where the guys have gone, see if there's any moves and stuff like that. See if San Fran trades away any of their players and who picks up what and finalizes all that. Thank you, boys, for joining us on a little short podcast before the draft, which is coming up soon, April 25th to the 27th. Make sure you're there watching it all and picking
Yeah,
up
I'm looking
who's going to
forward
be
to it.
there. So
It's going to be
should
exciting.
be good. Should be
Yeah,
exciting.
Should be great. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, boys. We'll check you in afterwards after the draft.
Well, thanks for joining us on this podcast episode. I hope everyone enjoyed the segments on Around the League and the Aussie Words of the pod. Thanks to the Gridiron Boyz, Shane and Marty, for joining us to discuss the upcoming NFL draft, as well as providing a little insight into some Dynasty pre-draft moves. And thanks for enduring Shane's long drawn-out talk about the Masters. Luckily, I was there to help him out with his time zone dilemma. Well, that is it for this show. Be sure to subscribe so you will not miss our next podcast when we review what happened at the NFL draft and see what T has to cook up on the gridiron for the rookies and all you Dynasty players. All our podcasts are available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, as well as our YouTube channel. Please follow us on our social media platforms and check out our Discord server and join in some group chats. This is your co-host Davis signing off, and may all your fantasy football dreams come true.